Go to your home ball. Go to your home. And that's a long-range bomb. And rest assured their rival will be looking over their shoulder. The 8th at TPC Summerlin is a big par 3 playing 239 from the tips. A well-struck shot will avoid the gully here, but anything to the left half can roll off the green. The bunker short rider also to be avoided, so you don't make a sloppy bogey. Trying to get to even par with this putt.
This is their look at birdie.
If it's up, it could be in. Ooh. Just a short putt remaining here. Justin Thomas is at the top of the leaderboard with a one-shot lead. The 9th at TPC Summerlin is a par 5 measuring over 563 yards. Really, the main aim here is to just avoid that bunker off the left of the tee. Then, if safely in the fairway, you can get after this green. A strong shot will play to the left half of this green and feed down to any hole location. A birdie chance, no doubt. Rich, I know you love being here in Vegas, perhaps for different reasons than watching the golf tournament, but while we're here at the tournament, tell me a bit more about Shriners' impact on the game and this entire region.
Luke, I fail to see what you mean by that. I think Vegas is a very nice, wholesome city that I do enjoy coming to visit. But the golf course is fantastic. It's held at TPC Summerlin every single year, and it used to be the venue where they had the last round, but now every round is here. And I think the players enjoy that. I think they like being at the same golf course each and every day. They get a feel for it, and I think that's why the scores historically year in and year out are so much lower than they were in the past. I think it's a really good opportunity to go out there and make a ton of birdies, but that's not the easiest thing to do, is it? Getting comfortable making 7, 8, 9 birdies around. Some players don't have that comfort zone, and so I'm always interested to see the players that get into that zone each and every day and are making that many birdies to see if they can sustain it for 4 straight days.
This putt is about 17 feet long.
This is tracking right into the front of this cup.
Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. Yeah, nothing to sweat over that one. We'll hold. The 10th at TPC Summerlin is the beginning hole of a back 9 that has many challenges and also a lot of fun holes. Not overly long at 420 yards. You're just trying to avoid any trouble off the tee so you can get a clear shot at this green. A chance to begin the back 9 with a birdie. From around 120 yards here. Getting ready to play their third. Oh, I thought that one was going in. This is a par putt. And down it goes. Placement off the tee is required at the TPC Summerlin 11th hole, par 4, measuring 448 yards. The big bunker down the right side is to be avoided at all costs. And there's also a little tree there which might affect any line of sight approach to this green. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Yeah, he's looking at maybe a little over 130 to the pin.
Any bounce to the left here would be helpful. They're looking to get this one close in hopes of saving par. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole.
This is huge for momentum. Got to try and hold this. This for par.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's happy, just came off a birdie.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Now 6 strokes back after that hole. The 12th here at Summerlin is another short par 4. 442 yards off the tips, but plays slightly downhill and leaves just a short iron approach. The only real danger here is the big body of water that starts around 150 yards short and goes right up past the green. And this shot here coming up from around 130 yards. Yeah, that one's looking good. This putt is of 9 feet.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
This one's tracking. Didn't quite judge the speed on that one. That's got to be frustrating. Hit such a great approach shot in, but wasn't able to convert. The 13th at TPC Summerlin is a monster par 5, measuring over 600 yards from the back tees. The big hitters with a tail breeze can cover that bunker on the left-hand side. But if you want to lay up, make sure you've given yourself the right number, because there's a lot to this green and plenty of ways to three-putt it. Be careful on approach. Not bad. And here we are with the third shot. Going with the pitching wedge here.
Needs a little members bounce to the right.
And this putt is for a big 4 on the scorecard. Oh, that's a ripper. Moments like that deserve another viewing. Let's take a look at the replay.
They got their putting boots on here. Look at how this ball rolls end to end. Thing of beauty.
And now to Bubba Watson.
He's one stroke behind his rival in this event.
Wow, what a save.
And this is why you got to keep your foot on the gas at all times. These guys and girls are good.
The 14th at TPC Summerlin is a straightaway par 3, playing 168 yards. The green slopes right to left, so make sure you've got the right length of club so you're not left with a long putt. This one looks to be on a pretty good line. Chance to move up into the top 20 on the leaderboard. A good putt to make here. And with that, that's their 4th birdie.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
Sitting at 1 over. Oh, and there it goes from the sand. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. The 15th at TPC Summerlin is a great short par 4. In fact, a lot will try and drive it in the tournament. If you want to lay it back, you've got around about 115 yards uphill to a green where you can't see those back hole locations. However, a good aggressive play here. Must avoid the pot bunkers around the greens or the big waste area to the left. A chance to make a birdie here or even an eagle.
This needs to go a little bit right once it lands.
A chance to move into the top 10 on the leaderboard here.
This one's looking good.
And the putt drops. Now 2 under, heading down the stretch. And that will take him to 2 under. Some lovely momentum for this player, moving up the leaderboard. The 16th at TPC Summerlin is another one of those great scoring holes en route to the finish. A par 5 playing 560 yards. A well-struck drive up the right half here gives you a chance to get at this green in 2. If you are going for the green, make sure you got enough club, because that huge penalty area in front of it will ruin any score. Be careful going through the green here as well, because getting down from over the back is not that easy. This is the all-important stretch. Time to make your move. Setting up here, coming off a run of birdies.
Yes, the only thing that could ruin it now is a triple bogey.
Four right.
Oh, got unlucky there. Oh, I like the courage here, Rich, getting after this par 5 in 2.
As they should. What a play. Hopefully they'll be rewarded for that play.
This putt for a spot in the top 5. Oh, just missed. Oh, good look at a birdie here. Ouch, that hurts. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
The 17th at TPC Summerlin is a downhill par 3 playing 196 yards. Jonathan Bird once famously holed out in the playoff here to snatch the title. The green shapes right to left towards the hazard, so make sure if you're going to go for it, be very accurate. That always looked wet, didn't it? Henny, do you have a better look at this lie?
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the second cut.
Well, that's a handy shot. And now to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Good chance this one, right on 6 feet.
Some damage limitation. This one for a bogey. Looking good so far.
And that's for a bogey. Currently 1 under for the day. The 18th at TPC Summerlin is a 444-yard par 4 with a big body of water just beyond the gully, which you've got to drive. Make sure you avoid those bunkers on the right side to give you a good iron into this green. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 170 yards.
Well, they'd love a little bounce to the right here. And this putt for a final score of 69. Oh, that one was zooming past the hole. Just 6 feet between he and the hole. Good looking putt. And that brings to an end his event. Well, Henny, we saw some extraordinary shot making out on the course here today. We saw some phenomenal play when it mattered most. A win over Bubba Watson? You'd put that in your kit bag and take it.
Absolutely you would. As we mentioned off the top, Luke, this player was gunning for the fearless Bubba Watson, and they proceeded to beat him. It was a great performance to watch this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this player's career goes from here.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. .2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Champions Invitational is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beam in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very much looking forward to bringing you the action from the golf course for this week's featured group. Now there is a sense of maybe fear, heightened competition this week, as this player has said that they're starting up a rivalry with their playing partner.
Well, Henny, it sounds like they're trying to beat young Will Zalatoris. I'm really looking forward to this matchup.
Oh, as am I. Wily Will found his way onto the tour in a very unusual manner, and he kept himself there. The pressure is not too much for him. He can handle anything. He's a fierce young man, a young man of the future. And, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with his game. Where can you beat him? Where can you see any of those defenses? He's very confident. And as I said, Luke, he can take that pressure.
Yeah, well, he might be slight in stature. I think he's 160 pounds wringing wet, but he's big on confidence and bold with his iron play. There is not a flag he won't fire at. So if you want to beat Will Zalatoris, you better go hole hunting. A bit out of shape with that swing. Got to get the rhythm back. Getting ready to play their third. Well played, mate. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
An opportunity for a birdie here. Looking good. And that will drop in for a birdie. He's currently tied for 11th.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
And now let's catch up with John McCarthy for an on-course report. What can we expect from Echo Park Golf Club this week, John?
Well, Luke, one thing I can say about this after walking the course this morning, it's a long one. Distance off the tee, especially important here at Echo Park. Course starts off along the big lake. There are a few holes that hug the edge of this lake, not unlike Bay Hill, but here you get hit with it right off the start. And when you get away from the water, you get hit with the sand on the 6th. There's a thin corridor of fairway that leads to the green that weaves its way through. I think there's 5-6 bunkers leading up to and surrounding the 6th green. And from there on out, the players are going to be on the watch for the sand because it's sneaky and it's hard to avoid in certain situations. It's going to be an exciting time here, I think, this week at Echo Park.
Rich, there's plenty of paths to the PGA Tour, but few seem to bash their way to the PGA Tour quicker than Will Zalatoris. It was an immediate impact he had, and it's just such an exciting game he possesses.
Watching him go from the Korn Ferry Tour and essentially bypassing all of that fairly immediately with the 3 wins and getting onto the PGA Tour and having such a profound effect when he was out there really is quite astonishing. Without getting the win, but seemingly in contention each and every week out there, you feel the sky is the limit for what's going to happen with this young man. He is so disciplined in what he does in a round of golf. He's got a great mind in the way that he approaches the game and how he advances the golf ball to point A to point B to point. He sees this golf course 3 shots in advance. It's just kind of like it's right there in front of him. He reminds me of an old school pool player who he's already made all the shots, and now just has to go ahead and just sink the next one because he set himself up perfectly for the next one. It's impressive.
And this shot from the bunker. What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Has to putt this one downhill.
It's got a chance. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's got some work to do, but he's only one back from his rival.
Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. He's currently tied for 14th. Here we are at the 6th hole.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
Sitting at -1. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Just 3 strokes back. If he makes this, he'll save his par.
Oh, they're going to walk this one in.
That's a lovely effort, that one. That's a handy putt to make. Trailing by a few shots after that hole. Here we have a par 5. Bit untidy, wasn't it? Time for the 2nd shot here at the 7th.
Just a bit outside into the rough.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Well, I wouldn't mind hitting the shot, but I wouldn't fancy the walk up here. This is quite uphill.
Opting for the 5-iron. That wasn't their best approach, Beamer.
Now from that lie, missing the green was always an option.
Very crafty, that shot.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. Let's see what happens here at the 8th. And after a par at the last, chance to maybe take a step in the right direction here.
L is for left. I don't know if they meant to do that.
And from the green side rough here. Opportunity to make their par. Not a bad line, this. Solid par putt, that. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. And a par 4 awaits at this next hole. Not a bad line, this one. Playing from around 210 yards here. 5 shots off the pace. Going with the 5-wood. Yeah, well played.
Already had a few birdies today. This for another.
Here's Will Zalatoris. Okay, time to return to the action. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
He's 13 feet out. Unlucky for some. What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
That's inside the range. And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. The par 5 awaits here, but so does an opportunity. Take full advantage. Well, there's no doubt they'd have some positive vibes coming off that birdie. Let's see if they can keep it rolling. Well, I like the look of the line here. They should find the fairway. 2 wins so far this season. Getting ready to play their 3rd. 3 shots off the lead. That's tidy. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's feeling good, just birdied the last hole.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
And down it goes. So that's back-to-back birdies. To the top 5 he goes. He's currently tied for 5th. The 11th at Echo Park is a par 4 stretching at 430 from the back tees.
Just a slight bit uphill off the tee shot. Find a spot at that far bunker, Luke, that you want to aim at and go ahead and turn it loose. From there, second shot goes over a nice little meandering stream that wanders throughout the golf course to a green, clover-like in appearance, but I gotta say, this is really one of the coolest holes on the golf course. I love it.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. 3 behind our leader. A chance to save the par if he can make this one. Nice stroke. There it is. And now at 3 under overall. Let's see what happens here at the 12th. And choosing the 8-iron here. It's just a tad offline, that one. Headed towards the left. And this putt to move into a tie for 4th place. Get excited. This could go in. Just 2 shots back after that hole.
Getting closer to that top spot on the leaderboard. This is getting interesting.
Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot.
Well, thankfully, it's slightly downhill off the tee, but yes, avoid those bunkers down the right-hand side, and of course, that meandering brook that is a feature of this golf course. Big hitters can actually take it over everything down that right-hand side, but that's for the brave few. Second shot, downhill slightly to a massive green. Just some big bunkers on the left-hand side, but plenty of bailout room over to the right.
This would be a great up and down. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
He's got to be careful this doesn't get away from him here. This is downhill.
For the par. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Let's begin the 14th. Sitting at -4, currently in 4th position. Going with the 8-iron here. Hope it gets a good kick to the left. And this putt to move into a tie for 3rd.
And with only 4 holes to go in this event, Luke, this is a good opportunity, big moment for this player.
Okay, steady now. An opportunity to make a par here. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. Time to hit a good one here at the 15th.
That dog will hunt.
And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
Setting up here from about 165 yards.
Yeah, nicely played. Oh, this would be a good putt to make, and with it, a share of 3rd spot.
Yes, and 3 holes to go. This is getting to be a nail-biter.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Well, that's certainly a step in the right direction. Keep it going.
Well, now, things have gotten interesting. Closing the gap.
Choosing the 9-iron here. You're going to put your foot down. This is as good a time as any. This putt is for a share of 2nd.
Yes, Luke, and only 2 holes to go in this event.
Just didn't drop. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. He's currently tied for 3rd. And now we find ourselves with a par 4 here. Oh, well played. Well, Rich, this player's certainly making moves up the leaderboard, aren't they?
Absolutely nice push on this final round. Still needs to keep the foot on the gas, continue making birdies if they have any hope of winning.
Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
Starting to look really good.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And as this player begins their final hole, they're 2 shots off the lead.
Gotta say, just some of the best rhythm in the game.
Second shot here at the 18th. And that one's headed to the drink. And here we are with their 4th. He's 2 shots back. Head feet to the cup.
Right over the spot they were looking at.
Gets that one to go down, and that'll end the day's work. That's a shame. They came oh so close to what would have been an incredible comeback victory.
The stories that we could have told if they completed the victory would be endless. Unfortunately, not getting it done, but still, what a performance on this final round.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Koyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports.